Hi everyone, and welcome back to Jarissa Explains. I'm Marissa.
And I'm Jamie. And today, ladies and gentlemen, we are talking about the Giant of Kandahar.
So if you don't know what the Giant of Kandahar is, there was an incident back in 2002 with some US soldiers in Afghanistan that had a run-in with a supposed giant.
Yes, and we're going to tell you now.
In 2002, outside the city of Kandahar, located in Afghanistan, a few U.S. soldiers went missing in a mountainous range after a routine patrol. Special Forces operatives were sent to investigate and locate the missing soldiers. Upon investigation, the operatives discovered a large mountainside cave where the soldiers were last seen. Scattered all around the mouth of the cave were cracked human bones as well as U.S. military equipment. They began sifting through the debris when all of a sudden a giant humanoid creature came charging from the cave with a large spear. The creature had red hair, was clothed in animal skins, and had a very foul smell. Without giving the men time to react, it impaled one of the operatives with a spear, killing him instantly. The other men opened fire on the creature and were able to kill it, but with great difficulty. Oh my god.
Right?
That's terrifying.
Yeah, imagine like you're sitting there and you're like, oh, we're going to find our buddies, and then all of a sudden you show up and there's like cracked bones.
Oh,
there's like a
away.
gun, a helmet, and like they said it was a really foul stench. And then all of a sudden in this large cave comes charging out this giant.
Yeah, and he was wearing animal skins. That's probably where the smell came from.
Yeah, or just that it probably didn't bathe the whole massive amount of BO.
Yeah, and I'm sure like they couldn't even like process what they were seeing.
Absolutely. I'm sure it just like happened all of a sudden. He just came out charging like, holy shit, it's a giant.
Oh my gosh. That's
and they said they had to take it down with great difficulty, so they shot it up, you know?
Yeah, probably a bunch of times.
Oh yeah. After the incident was reported, an unknown agency retrieved the creature's body by helicopter, and it was never seen again. Natives to the region believe the creature was a Nephilim due to its characteristics. A Nephilim is a biblical creature said to be 13 to 15 feet tall, weigh over 1,000 pounds, have 6 digits on each hand and foot, bright red hair, and a double row of teeth.
So, did they say whether they had 6 digits?
Apparently they reported that, yes, it had 6 digits, and it had the 2 rows of teeth and everything.
But this wasn't that long ago. This was in 2002.
I know, yeah.
That's like crazy. I mean, I wonder if there's more.
You would assume that there would be more. If there's one, there's got to be multiple.
Yeah.
Now, I actually have a friend of mine who was actually deployed a few years later after this supposed incident taking place, and I called him up and I wanted to know if he had ever heard of anything while he was over there, because he was stationed in Afghanistan. He wasn't stationed in the direct region where this supposedly happened, but he said through talking to guys and everything, it was like an urban legend tale that got passed around to everyone, and everybody was like, oh yeah, it happened, yeah.
Oh my god.
But it kind of got mixed up. The version he told me was that U.S. soldiers were tracking Taliban into the mountains, and then the Taliban ran into this cave, and then they hear screaming and gunfire and everything, and then the soldiers go to approach the cave, and then that's when the giant comes charging out. Okay. But all the other details were still the same that he remembers. It was just the difference about who actually got killed in the mountainous area. Another thing he told me through what he had heard while he was over there was that to bring down the giant, because they said it took much difficulty to bring it down, they said they had to use 50 cals. Like they unloaded 50 cals on it, which are bullets about this big and like that big around to put a hole in you that big. So like they used those to bring down this apparent giant, you know?
Because nothing else was working?
Yeah, apparently it was that tough.
I had a boo-boo.
Oh god. Yeah, that's terrifying.
Right? They had to use a Chinook to pick up the giant. It was so heavy. And that's the double propeller helicopter that is used to carry around like really heavy equipment and like cars and Humvees and stuff. And they had to use that, and nobody ever saw the giant ever again.
Yeah, and that's scary because like where do they take them? Like do they know that these things exist? Like does the government know that these things exist? And like, you know, they're just keeping it a secret?
Yeah, and also the fact that it was very, very spooky that it hit the characteristics of a biblical creature that shouldn't exist. You know what I mean?
What's scary to me is the fact that there could be more.
Yeah.
You know, and what if they're not just in that area? What if they're like anywhere and like the government's just keeping this a secret?
Yeah, it's plausible. It's just another one of those strange tall tales that gets passed around. And is there any weight to it? Is there any truth to it? We really, really don't know. We probably never will know.
Also, another thing is that, is this even like a widely reported story? Because it seems like, you know, they want it kept secret. So what if there's more stories of this and it's just not out there because, you know, the government or whatever is keeping it under wraps. And so this video could disappear.
That's a good point.
So we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. If you or anybody you know knows anything or have heard anything about the Giant of Kandahar, please let us know down in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. We want to thank you all for watching this video. Give us some likes and subscribe and ring that bell for future notifications.
Yes, and you can also follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Jarissa Explains. And we will see you in the next video. Bye.